Charlie D'Agata is following the building tension from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
The U.S. military pressure bearing down on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is about to enter a dramatic new phase as the drug cartel he's accused of being linked to is officially designated as a foreign terrorist organization. In its latest show of force in this region, the U.S. Air Force shared new images of B-52 bombers conducting a nighttime attack demo along the coast of Venezuela. Designating the Cartel de los Soles as a foreign terrorist organization raises the stakes for Maduro, says Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth.
We want to make sure the president has options to include doing a whole lot, to include doing, the cartel mission that we're doing there as well. So nothing's off the table, but nothing's automatically on the table.
Among those options, the USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier with its squadrons of F-18 fighter jets already running exercises. In the city of Aguadilla, we found other weapons in the growing arsenal. And those are the MQ-9 Reaper drones. One of them is armed with Hellfire missiles, and these are exactly the kind of drones that are capable of knocking out those suspected drug smuggling boats. And the mayor of Aguadilla fully supports even further U.S. military action.
Whatever will happen here, it's a war.
It's a war.
It's a war, This is not a game, It's really a war.
Maduro has repeatedly appealed for peace, most recently addressing students at a rally. Roughly a quarter of the U.S. Navy's deployed warships are currently in this region, Jarika. Now, President Trump has already confirmed the CIA is operating inside Venezuela, and there are reports he may be weighing up an idea of a covert operation to remove the Venezuelan president.
All right, Charlie D'Agata, thank you. This weekend, a granddaughter of former President John F. Kennedy and daughter of Caroline Kennedy announced she has terminal cancer. 35-year-old Tatiana Schlossberg wrote an essay in The New Yorker saying she has a year to live at most. She described learning from doctors about the diagnosis. She said, "I could not believe that they were talking about me. I wasn't sick. I didn't feel sick." Speaking of her two young children, she wrote, "Mostly, I try to live and be with them now." To help us understand that diagnosis, we're joined by Dr. Celine Gounder. Dr. Gounder, such a popular article, a lot of people talking about it, heartbreaking, in fact. But explain the illness that she was diagnosed with and the treatment that followed.
Rika, Tatiana Schlossberg was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, or AML, which is an aggressive blood cancer, and in her case, had a rare mutation that makes it harder to treat and more likely to return. Doctors discovered it hours after she gave birth, when she had a very high white blood cell count, and she underwent intensive chemotherapy, multiple stem cell transplants, and later what's called CAR T-cell therapy, in which we engineer immune cells to attack the cancer.
And that stem cell therapy seemed to be very important during her treatment, but she raises concerns about the healthcare system, talking about her cousin, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., writing, "Bobby is a known skeptic of vaccines, and I was especially concerned that I wouldn't be able to get mine again." What was the reason or point in her bringing that up?
Her concerns come from lived experience, so she's been depending on specialized care, research, as well as federal support for drugs and mRNA technologies that are used not only in vaccines, but also are being used to treat cancer. And cuts to the National Institutes of Health, threats to screening panels, limits on medications like misoprostol, which were used to treat her postpartum hemorrhage, and her cousin RFK Jr.'s vaccine skepticism all feel dangerous for people like her who are immunocompromised and dealing with serious illness. So for her, health policy debates are not abstract.
Yeah, definitely praying for her and her family. Dr. Celine Gounder, thank you. Well, there's a new champion in the National Women's Soccer League. Gotham FC beat the Washington Spirit with a goal in the waning minutes of Saturday's title game. It is the second league championship in just 3 years for the team from New York and New Jersey. Straight ahead on the CBS Weekend News, a relic of the Titanic disaster sets a new record. But